percent. 5500. Reverse. Rotate.
Goose Fraba. Goose Fraba. No rage. No rage here. Everything is fine. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to a last minute but expected stream. Hopefully y'all were, we said we were going to stream today. We got one set up right now. We do have one a little bit later set up in the twin piston as well. We may or may not get to that one, but nevertheless, good to see y'all here. Thank you for tuning in on this, what do we got, Tuesday afternoon here, late afternoon. Getting ready for a quick flight from Portlandia down to San Francisco. And, man, everything was running beautifully. I was like, I'm going to do the flight. I'm going to launch VPilot. VPilot's been detected as a Trojan virus, and it's been deleted from my computer. Now, I can restore it, but I don't know if I should restore it. Is this real? Is it not real? Is it Boris trying to hack my system? Is he trying to give me the Bluebird? I don't know what's going on with that one. So, no Iveo Premium today because that's been Trojan-fied. And I'm sitting here looking around the airplane. Everything's wonderful and everything's great. And then I realized my views literally just deleted themselves. So my wing views are all deleted. It's very, very strange. I don't know if there was a glitch in transferring the Fenix over, which if it is something that you guys have experienced and it's not just me, then I'm not too upset. Then I can understand if Fenix can't update the airplane and I have my views saved like they were on the 321. But what's peculiar is everything was fine. The views were saved exactly like they were in 2020, but then they literally just stopped working. I'll show you that here in a minute, what's going on. Maybe the views are stuck in the clouds. I don't know. Oscar's got the cloud emoji. You gotta love FS 2024, my man. I tell you what, this sim, as great as the improvements are, it is buggy as all get out right now. But it's not going to stop me from flying it because the flight model is just so juiced. Now, I'm not quite sure how the 319 is going to handle. We're going to find out together live here on this flight. We haven't done a 319 stream in a very, very long time. So let's go ahead and give this bird a shot. We got the old school wingtip fence, the United with the battleship gray, which I still think is one of the ultimate liveries in the sim. Now, I also had to turn off frame generation at this airport. This is Flightbeam Portlandia, and it's okay, but it is crushing the GPU. With frame gen on, I'm running at 89% GPU load consistently, and then it spikes from there and gets really, really buggy. So I turned frame gen off. Interestingly enough, though, when I was at the Flightbeam San Francisco, I can run frame gen just fine. So I think there's some optimization that needs to be had with these airports still. I just did the little community. I actually had it in Contrail, and I used the move feature to move it from one community folder to this community folder. So you need a 5090. Well, Tukatari, I would love to have one. As soon as they drop, let me know, and I'll try to get one. But that is the overall plan for this rig. I built this PC to run a 5090 on it. That's what I kind of trying to set it up for. Semi-future-proof. I feel like it's hard to future-proof any computers anymore just because technology keeps advancing so fast. But we're going to have fun today. We got the 4080 Super ready to rock and roll. And back to regular Iveo, says AJ. What's up, man? Good to see you. So I want to show you what's happening with my views here. So my cockpit views are all fine. My wing views are jacked up. Those are my wing views. It's like they all shifted or something. So I'm not sure what's up with that. Eastern T3 says, to be honest, the Fenix or Flightbeam PDX is really old. So, okay, well, that would make sense. It is kind of old and heavy on frames. So the wings are suspect. Yeah, I don't know, but the wings are back there. That's the thing. The wings are back there, and I can move the view and rebind them, but I just don't know what happened. It's very interesting. So anyway, we have to get on with it here. Let's get our battery 1, battery 2. I think it's an AMD problem, Owen. I agree with you, my man. We'll go ahead and juice up the cockpit. We'll get everything loaded up here. So, and I also decided, with the vPilot thing, have you guys had that issue where it detected it as a Trojan virus and decided to uninstall it or truncate it, whatever it does? Do I reinstall it? Do I restore it? I'm not sure. I figure we're just going to turn some tunes on. We'll chill and have some. I got a little snack here. I got a little chicken salad thing I could eat up and cruise. We'll just hang out. It's a short flight. It's only hour 25, wheels up, wheels down. So you combine takeoff and landing. We only have a few minutes up there and cruise to enjoy some clouds. But Richland says, yeah, it just happened to me. Okay, word. I'll have to see. Full Flaps here. What's up, man? Joining you from the simulated hospital. Crashed the DC-3 into a hangar today. Did you really? Oh, did you? For real? Oh, dude, that's awesome. See, you know why you crashed it, Full Flap Sim? I was actually listening to you. I must have just missed it because I was listening to your stream when I was driving to the office, and I didn't catch the landing, but I was going to catch it after I got in. I just got busy. I was too busy raging at vPilot trying to install the Trojans on my system. But I saw you flying the DC-3, and I tell you what, man, do you know why you crashed that airplane? I'll tell you right now why you crashed it. It's because you weren't flying it in 2024, so you were using the 2020, which is the old, outdated physics engine. It's completely atrocious compared to what we got in 2020. So, 2024 rather. So I don't know, man. Give it a shot. I also know. I think you might like the 404 Titan, man. So we got a twin Cessna. Is it super high depth? I mean, it's Coronado, but man, flying twin props in this sim is so much fun. So. AJ says that's not it. I beg to differ. Unless he just completely balled it up for no reason. So here we go. Ground control CVR test. Boom. Here we go. And we'll get 1, 2, and 3 up and running on the ADIRs here. You'll see the proper on battery light illuminates and then shall extinguish beautifully. Does it one time. We'll get strobe in the auto, nav on, off, auto for the no smoking, arm the emergency exit lights. We'll juice up these integral lights here just a little bit more since we're looking at it. We'll go ahead and do Wingnut's job here. We'll test the fire extinguishers 1 and 2. He had rudder problems. Interesting. So it sounds like he's taking a page out of my playbook then, huh? PA is out and out. Hey, they got that by default. All right, cool. PA is out and up and running. We'll come down here to the FMC. We'll init request. Now, again, this is my first flight in a 319 in quite some time here. We're going to squawk 3662, where my brickyardigans at. Hit the like button if you know what 3662 means. 3662 is set in the transponder. We're initializing. We'll go VOR here. VOR, constraint mode, magic barrel ref. What do we got today? 29901. I don't think that works. Oh no, that's a flap key. Why do I have flaps coming up? Hold on, we have a keyboard malfunction. We need to change keyboard presets. 2020 transversal airplane controls. 2020 planes. Okay, but see, now I lost my views altogether. That doesn't make any sense. Magic Barrel Ref works. Oh, I didn't mean to go to camera view. This is so ridiculous, these preset config. Like, if you're going to go through the time to allow us to have a 2020 keyboard transversal, why even have a 2024 keyboard? So I think I need to go My General Profile 1. Okay. Now, B key should not deploy flaps. Okay, B key does not deploy flaps. And views are back, except wing views. So we got to fix the wing views. Okay, we're getting there. Slowly but surely, chat. We're getting there slowly but surely. You know why you're having flaps keyboard issue? Must be a 2024 thing. In-op. No. I just used what they gave me. I allowed myself to rebind to the old keybinds. I don't know why. What is the point of that? Do we know why? Like, I'm very thankful that they allowed us to bring over our 2020 keybinds. But if you're going to do that, why even have 2024 keybinds? I don't know. Very peculiar. Anyway, here's our flight. Let's load it up. Portlandia to San Francisco. Look at this. Do we have starred charts? Like we... see? This is a small detail that I missed in one of the updates from Phoenix, and I absolutely love it. Pre-starred charts. I don't know why... But that just, to me, when you have a little detail like that, that's just someone who loves the sim, loves aviation, and knows what they're doing, and they know the nuances that are frustrating about the sim, and they help you out by pre-starring the charts that you have. So we've got our 10-9 page here. We're sitting over here at the northern terminal. We're going to back off. We'll do kilo 1, 10 left for departure. We're on the Mine 5. So let's take a look at the Mine 5. Would be out to the right. No crazy restrictions. So let's go ahead and load up the box here. Now that we took a brief look at that, we're going to be operating this flight as United 357. Cost index of 99. Cruise flight level doesn't matter. I forget. Oh, is thrust set here? Thrust set's not here. So let's just guess. Let's put 320 in there. Probably not enough for the right altitude. Portland to San Fran. That's us. Ground temperature off the ECAM. It's a little bit chilly. 8 degrees Celsius. We'll load that up. Departures, we'll load 10 left. We'll load the Mines 5. And the transition, I forgot all about this, rather. Let's go ahead and let's load up this. I totally forgot about this. I love this thing here. Captain Canada, what's up, man? Tuned in just as we were talking about vPilot issues. Also noticed mine has been quarantined by Windows as well. Fixed it through the Windows security tab. Captain Canada, all right. Well, thanks for stopping by, man. Hey, yeah, I saw it. I have it here. I could restore it. I found it in the security settings too, and it says I can restore vPilot. I just wasn't sure. I mean, if you're saying it's good to restore it, I'll restore it. I just wasn't sure, like, if it was legit. You know, I mean, I allegedly have a history with with the folks over at Iveo Premium, so I wasn't sure if it was a good idea to restore it. But if you're vouching for it, I'll probably go ahead and do that and see if it works. But yeah, I thought it was kind of interesting. Get this back to medium size here. All right, we're on the Mine 5. Nope, we need to unload and reload SimBrief here. But hope you're having a wonderful day, man. Very weird. Never had that issue with an app before. Neither have I. That was the first time, and this is kind of a new build for me. Still. So I was very skeptical of everything that was happening. But I'm glad I'm not the only one. So that makes me feel better, man. All right, import flight. We'll import from SimBrief. Man, this just reminds me of the Avitab. You guys remember Avitab? I miss the Avitab days. The only reason that Navigraph was kind of annoying for me anyway as a content creator is, like, for me, I always had to, like, add a... I guess I could have keybound it, but I have to go allow the scene to go through so you guys can see it, and then when I close mine, it would still be on the stream sometimes. So it was just a little bit extra step for me, but having this iPad back is very nice. Seb, thank you for the €20, my friend. Really appreciate that. I love 2020. Went for FS 2024. I'm so frustrated that I installed X-Plane 12 again. At least I can fly my tolless fleet there. 2024 is beyond cursed. With that out of the way, I effing love your content. Seb, my man, thank you so much for that. I really appreciate the €20 donation. That's very kind of you. I got to unpause the alert box here as well so I don't forget any. But Seb, thank you again for that. Hey man, it's growing pains, right? Growing pains with the new sim. Do you guys remember when 2020 dropped and how the frustrations were? Now, I wasn't really streaming during the drop of 2020 because I was in the middle of moving houses, but I didn't fly 2020 for almost a year until after it released. So there are definite growing pains, but I gotta say, if you can work through them, and trust me, I'm trying this myself. I'm trying to work through these growing pains with y'all. The sim is offering a better flight model than what we have in 2020. There's no doubt about it. It's there. I can feel it, most notably in the GA stuff. So let's keep on trucking. And if I find little tips and tricks here and there, you know, the big one about being able to switch your keyboard over is huge. You know, we can help each other out and maybe get ourselves set up properly. But I know I share your frustrations, man. I share your frustrations. We're going to plan the ILS 28 right coming into San Francisco off the Bodega 4R nav, and that's off the Melbeck transition too. So that's all inserted. That looks good. Secondary flight plan. We'll do a quick and dirty. We'll do a quick and dirty secondary initialize. Remember, we put our departure airport in here just in case we pop one. We have to come back. I tell you what, let's turn on failures as well. Since we're not going to rock with the Iveo Premium today, we'll put some failures on just in case. If we do have to come back, we'll come back to the ILS. Nope, not the 28 left. Excuse me. We'll come back to the ILS 10 left. No, we'll do 10 right because it's a longer runway. I always pick the longer runway. 10 right, ILS. And I can check here real quick on the charts. ILS 10 right, minimums. We'll do no star and no via. So that looks good. So then we come back here. We do secondary perf. All we care about is approach data, 8 degrees outside, right there. We'll zero out the winds. And what was the meter? Do you guys remember? 3021. 3021, and the mins are 224. Should we need to come back. So secondary is done. Progress page and RadNav. Nothing on the RadNav that we need to put in there for this particular departure, but we always like to just double check when we look at the SID out of Portland on the Mine 5. If there was something requiring a DME check or anything of that nature, you put that in the RadNav page. Maybe you need a localizer DME on the departure. Vegas is a notable one. None of that applies for this flight, so we'll go ahead and leave it blank. But we will put Portland as our airport reference point right there. Perf data, we'll go to the init B page. We'll leave it there. I think we are just about wrapped up. Fueling is on board 13.2 in the tanks. We'll go ahead and turn our fuel tank pumps on, seatbelt sign on, prime the APU. We'll take a quick look at the fuel page. Everything is balanced, wonderful. Can I click this here? No, I gotta put it in manual. Okay, that's the INI one. 13.2 in the tanks on board. Oops, 13.5. Nope, 13.2 is set. Start the APU. We'll take a listen out back. JJ Stevens, my man, thank you for the $5 super chat, dude. Really appreciate that. He says, felt my first wake turbulence and wind shear today. Wow, leaving and arriving back in Atlanta was pretty incredible. Got to be on your toes. But JJ, did you feel wake turbulence from? Okay, so what airplanes give off wake turbulence? Is it other V-pilot aircraft or Iveo aircraft, or is it only multiplayer aircraft? Do you have to be in a multiplayer group? What airplanes give off wake turbulence? But also wind shear, that's very cool to have. I mean, it's not cool in real life, but that's cool that you got to experience it though in the sim. Josh says, yesterday you asked me how I know. How do you know why not to hit the Toga button when your front reels aren't straight? Josh, because allegedly the nose wheel will skid. Allegedly. Perhaps. That's what they tell me. Saxmacker, thank you for the $10 super chat, man. I appreciate that. V1, sadly, I had to have an emergency back surgery again. Oh, no. Sorry to hear that, man. A couple days ago, your live streams and videos helped me entertained while I'm down and out. Thanks and happy Thanksgiving. Saxmacker. Hey, Saxmacker, thank you for that $10 super chat, man. Prayers and thoughts are with you. Hope you to a speedy recovery, and maybe you can enjoy some of the tail end of the holiday season here. Hopefully everything will get straightened out this time. No pun intended, right, with the back surgery. But back stuff is no joke, man. My sister has dealt with that as well. So I know the pain, man. It's tough recovery. I'm not quite sure your exact situation. I'm sure it's pretty painful, though. Anything with the back is. But thank you for your support. I'm glad you're enjoying the content, and here's to happy Thanksgiving right back at you, man. It was a VATSIM A380. Wow. Okay, so if I restore my vPilot now through the security tab, do you think it will crash my sim? I'm kind of curious now if we should throw on some, throw on the old Iveo Premium setup here. Let's see what we got. I need to go back to the add to receive messages. We'll get this nav log here, load sheet. We'll accept that. Wonderful. 103 plus 6 jump seaters, or 6 non-revs plus a jump seater. We'll go ahead and pull the. Can I pull? Really? I know you can move this out. Oh my gosh, I gotta close that door. There we go. We'll get the jump seat out. Frames seem to be tanking a little bit here as we sit next to this old airport. Did V1 just use the secondary for a return to the same airport in the end of a failure and takeoff? Yes. Or do you use the secondary for a go-around on arrival also? Yes. Yes on both, Scotty, too. It's dependent upon the scenario that you're in. Look at the light coming through the clouds right here. This is kind of crazy. All right, I'm going to try something. I'm going to, if this crashes my sim, I'm not going to be very happy. Restore. I'm going to restore the vPilot. And I'm going to relaunch it. Okay, stand by. We're Iveo. We're filing our Iveo Premium flight plan here. Because I'm kind of curious. I mean, SFO, there could be traffic. I want to fly right behind somebody. I got to log everything back in though. Hold on, 604. No, it killed it again. Windows security just killed it again. All right, I'm going without it. Maybe they're trying to virus me. We're going without it. Let's go ahead and get off the gate. I need to fix my rudder pedals. They are fixed. Let's go ahead and go disconnect. APU bleeds on. Been 3 minutes. We get the beacon on. We will dismiss this. Let's go to ground Service tab. We'll send both of those to the McDo. We'll go to perf takeoff tab. We'll sync final load sheet. And we're going to do flap optimum force Toga. That's up to you, chat. Are we going to hit 250 likes or not? So let's go force Toga. Yes. We'll sync the live weather. We'll calculate. We've got 35, 35, 38, up 0.7 Toga set. We'll send those numbers over to the McDo. Everything is checked out and ready to go. So let's go ahead and push back and get out of here. I'm late working. Fant Vodka, what's up, man? Well, I needed your help with Iveo Premium, but not anymore because apparently it keeps virusing my... It keeps saying that Iveo Premium is a virus now, which it kind of is in a way if you think about it. Toggle jetway. I'm not really leaving. Let's go ahead and connect the tug, though. There goes the jet bridge. I discovered I must have been drunk last year when I did cost cutting for my customers. Uh-oh. Team Vodka's in trouble. Maybe Windows Defender correctly identified Iveo Premium's personal identification policies. Alright, we are connected. Let's go Throttletek cam up and running. We are using our Moza base as well as our Cat 3 design tiller. Always a pleasure to have those up. Let's go ahead and release the brakes. Tillers we'll start the connection, and we want to go straight back, apparently. Now, what's... like, why are my wing views are gone? Has this happened to anybody else? That your wing views get deleted? Or they're not even deleted, they're just... They're just gone. I've never seen that happen before. I'm gonna bind them all again. I don't know, man. I use a functional sim. Yeah. You guys keep talking about your functional sim, and you're gonna see us do a GA stream. You're gonna be like, oh my gosh, that's so amazing compared to 2020. Where are we going, though? I don't really have any profile or anything. Let's just go ahead and stop the pushback here. That's already stopping. It's like it knew I was coming to stop it. JJ, mine were all there. So that's what's weird, JJ. Mine were all there. Look, they're not saving. That is bizarre. Something's bugged. Something is bugged for sure. Because I just saved it. You know, it is the 319. I'm not sure what's going on with that. F in the chat for frame rates. I know. Welcome to Portland Flight Beam. Let's go ahead and see if we can start them up. I guess we'll do engine starts from the inside here. Engine mode to ignition start. Turn in 1. View got lost in it. Well, what's weird is I just saved that view over there. No, JJ, they're not on a different keyboard profile. I just saved the view. And it keeps bringing my view to the front of the cockpit. The cloud ate it. The cloud ate my view. It's okay. We're going for full realism on this stream. No wing views. Guess we could do outside startup sound. Wow. We pushed back from the terminal. Our frame rates went to Poopsville. Team Vodka, I turned off frame gen. I've got frame gen off right now at this airport. We've got an Avail light turning 2. It changes how I save it. I don't know. I'm not going to spend time in the settings menu to rechange it. Like, it shouldn't. It's worked. Remember what I said about the NE321neo? I'm not going to go through all my settings for every time I have to fly an airplane. If it's an airplane problem, it needs to be fixed. But what's interesting is it worked yesterday beautifully fine. Well, we got 320 on our prog. Yeah, 320. It's DirectX 12, way too much VRAM. No, I've never had a problem, Team Vodka. Never had a problem. Right now, it's not my GPU, man. GPU's at 54% right now. 54% VRAM that's being used is 11.9 is all that's being used right now. I have, let's see, 16 gigabytes dedicated, 31 something shared. We got 2 good starts. Flaps 1. Ken LeMay, thank you, man, for the 14 months. Full realism is dead to me. Glad to catch your stream, sir. Hey, what's up, Ken LeMay? Appreciate you. Thanks for tuning in, bud. Ken says, see, here we go, Team Vodka. Ken says, Ken is doing real research here instead of misinformation. He says, I just checked the Phoenix Discord. Seems a lot of folks are having problems with custom views in 2024. I'm not alone, V1. So there we go. I'm not going to go ahead and rebind my entire sim because 319 flight, my views got bugged. They've been working absolutely beautifully. I'm not going to change anything. It's someone else's problem. All right. We got 2 good starts, flaps 1, ground spoilers armed, speeds are still set. That all looks good. Let's get our APU off, master switch off, taxi light on, brakes released. Let's hope our tiller works. They sure do. All right, we're going out to 10 left. Oh, I will say though, Team Vodka, your key binding for set rudder steering travel limit or whatever does work beautifully. All this time I was thinking you couldn't bind that view or that binding to lock the nose wheel. But it does work wonderfully. Yeah, the clouds look good, man. For a late afternoon, it's really, so it's, what is it? It's 2 hours, so it's 2 o'clock in Portland right now with a heavy overcast, but there's some little holes in the clouds, so you're getting that lighting come through here. I mean, this is real. This is looking really good. I'm good for something once in a while. Yeah, so check this out. So we're going to do our flight control check here. As we taxi out, let's go ahead and do flight controls. Full up. Full down, neutral, full left, full right, neutral. Now watch this. I'm going to lock my rudder. I'm full left, full right. The nose doesn't even move, just like it does in the real airplane. That is a wonderful bind. We do have a trim. We need to be up 0.7. We'll set you right about there. Up 0.7 is set. Is this full length, or do we need to go further? Uh-oh. I'll tell you what, we'll go right here. We got plenty of it. We're here, 10 left at Tango. So let's go auto brakes, max, takeoff config checked. Radar and PWS is on. Auto, TARA, that's on. Nice little stutter there, and forward call. Yeah, we need to get off the ground here so we can smooth out these frames. Res predictive wind shear is off. Auto. Missed that two streams in a row. Wow, look at that stutter. This is flight beam. This is me trying to get aggressive with the flight beam. Make it flight beam work here. Team Bucket says, apparently I'm not good at managing profit margins. Uh-oh. Did you have to buy a 2024 version of the Phoenix? No, this is just an update from Phoenix. Just an update from Phoenix to make it compatible. What I dragged over from my community folder was the airports. Was the airport, not the airplane. Airplane had an update through the Phoenix app, and it seems to be working beautifully, minus the views missing, but literally everything is there. Yesterday's flight on the Phoenix was perfect. I mean, everything transferred over from views to backgrounds on your EFB, everything. I didn't even have to resync my Navigraph. And what's strange is my cockpit views are all working perfectly. But my wing views have left the building. You see that? So, anyway. All right. We did not hit 250 likes, so we're going to do a flex takeoff. Yeah, that's what we get. We're going to do a flex takeoff. We're going to rerun the numbers. We're going to do force Toga no. Calculate. Flex of 75. Oh, that's going to be really, really mid. 35, 35, 39. Flex 75 is set. Rookie numbers. You guys are being too light on the like button, so let's go. We'll spool them up 50. And it's going to be flex from the cockpit, which is even worse. Ugh, because we don't have a wing view. So we'll spool them up 50. Split the donut on the EPR mark there. Let's go. Flexes in chat, which don't exist because it's lame. Man flex, SRS, runway, auto thrust, bleh. Thrust set. I love taking off with 79% power. 100 knots checked. V1. Rotate. Positive rate. Gear up. Fly with. Whoa. Fly with frame freeze. It's an immediate left turn to the left. A bit high on the contrast, we'll turn you down. There's acceleration altitude. Thrust, climb, climb, auto thrust. I mean, that looks pretty good right there, though. Does that not look pretty good? Stephen? Oh my gosh. What's up, Roscoe? Good to see you, man. How you doing, man? Look at this acceleration to S-speed because it's so lame. Alright, there's S-speed. Flaps a 0. After takeoff checklist. Double checking wing views still don't work. That's so unfortunate. That's alright. You guys want realism. Let's do realism flight here. We're going to have a tight turn up here at COSUG. We might get a pretty cool breakout, though. Might get a cool breakout. Let's take a look here. I keep wanting to hit wing view. Outside air temp check. It is +6. Let's get the engine anti-ice on. Oh man, look at that. Oh. Okay, here we go. 2020 simmers, eat your heart out. Here we go. It's kind of cool with the flex because you hear the engines increasing as we climb. So you're actually going to gain thrust as we climb here. Oh, let's go ahead and pitch for climb here. Let's see if we can top this cloud. We're going to pitch through the command bars, go about 12.5, 15 degrees. Bank angle check to the right. Alright, we topped it out. Let's go ahead and get back down into the command bars. Get it down there about 9.5, 9 degrees. Recoup some of that speed that we traded off there for altitude to get on top. Fubar says FS 2024 is also divisive. Yeah, we all thought the debate was always going to be between X-Plane and Microsoft 2020. Now it's between 2020 and 2024. Alright, there's 10,000 feet. Let's see if we can do this here at the same time. We'll go ahead and get those lights off. Nose light, wing. We're out of the visible moisture. We'll go ahead and turn off the engine anti-ice. Get some climb perf back. Realism. Airbus pilots would have pushed the autopilot button already. Nah. Not yet. Not me, man. I hand fly this departure out quite a lot, actually, because you get these nice turns. A straight out departure, then yeah. I'll go ahead and just kick the autopilot on. There's really no reason to fly straight out. Looks like 2020 clouds. Roscoe, I know you're working at the shipyards, man, but might need to go see an eye doctor. That looks just like your videos on JetBlue, man. Right, we'll keep the turn coming here. I really want a wing view. Looks like the gamma's maxed out. No, this is what it looks like. This is what I was chasing with Atmos. I want to be perfectly clear here. So when you have a high or a full overcast layer or a thick cumulus layer on the ground and it's very dark and gloomy below the clouds, when you get out on top, it is extremely bright. Most of the time, if you don't have your sunglasses handy, you just turn the autopilot on because you're blinded by the light, because your eyes are adjusted for that dark, low light condition. In 2020, when you busted out on top of an overcast layer, you did not have this white reflective look. this is what it looks like. I mean, you have to think about these clouds are reflecting all that light right back in your face. It's high sun right here locally. It's about 2 o'clock, and it's very bright. Matter of fact, if this was real life, if we were going realism mode here, it would already be like this. Oh, do the sunshades not work in 2024? Oh, there they do. Just gotta put the right click spot. You want full realism mode, man. This is before we even got through 10,000 feet. It'd probably be like this. And I would have already moved my seat up like that. This is 100% real life what I'd be doing right now. I'd still be hand flying, and I'd have my chair up. Let's see if we can hear the noise. That's probably about what you would have heard if you were in the cockpit on the jump seat. So your seat is up, so your eyes are up here, because you don't need a good landing reference right now, right? You're just flying, so you can raise that seat up, get your eyes in the reflective glass. Getting ready to go through 18,000 feet, and I'll tell you what, let's do one more turn and we'll get the autopilot on. So let's go flight plan direct ESIN. Insert, boom, bank angle check to the left, direct ESIN. There's 18,000, Magic Barrel Ref, STDs for you, me, and Team Vodka is all set. We'll make this turn out and we'll go AP1 on. And then we might try to bind a wing view again and see if it works. I also might turn frame gen back on just to see if it makes a difference at all. It's very smooth up here right now, though. This is pretty smooth. All right, let's go. Autopiloto 1 is on. Pitching for 320. We'll turn the sim down a little bit because it's kind of loud. Ali Sammy, my man, thanks for the 2 Canadian, man. Appreciate the support. Hope you're having a good day, my man. All right, I'm going to try one more time to bind a wing view. Is my free look momentum up again? No, it's off. Okay, so we're going to, excuse me, we're just going to try to bind a quick wing view and see if it works. Look at this cabin, though. The old United seats is so awesome. All right, so we're going to come right here. Now let's make sure, let's double check our key binds. We should be in the 20. All right, so what I need to do to save this view, by general profile 1. So if I search for left control 1, search by input, left control 1, save custom camera 1. So it's all there. So left control 1 is saved. Let's go back to the cockpit. Wing view and left control 1 brings me right here. So it's a bug in the Phoenix. It's a bug in the Phoenix. We finally found one after all these years. It's been 84 years. We finally found a bug in the Phoenix, and it's in their officially, not officially supported version of the 319. So it's nothing I'm doing. It's something that the sim is doing wrong because it's not saving it. I just saved it with you. Yes, I had right control. I even checked it with you in the menu. It said save control. I said left control. I meant right control. I used right control. I know it said right control. I used right control. I think I said left control. I used right control. I was on a 321 Neo today. Oh, actually, hold on. Let me go back to that. Who was that? I missed the Chicago pilot. My man, thank you for the $2 super chat. Hi, Captain. How is the flare in 2024? So here, I have to be careful when I describe the flare in 2024 because people get upset. The 2020 apologists would get upset. Like Turk here. We have Turk in the U.S. He's in the chat, and AJ Funari. They get upset if I don't put a disclaimer on this. The changes to the Phoenix have been made in both sims. Okay, they've been made in 2020 and in 2024. So I haven't flown the new flight models in 2020 yet, but the changes that have been made, we've only done one landing so far. It was in the 321, and it felt really, really good when we landed in Vegas. Now, unfortunately, Vegas was kind of nuked out. It was a default airport, and it was kind of weird, giving us performance issues. But the flare felt pretty good. It's just another enhancement. But the flight model and the flare hasn't changed in this last update. It's really just the in-flight handling that changed. So some people say it's a difference in 2024. It's a difference for the Fenix. I don't know. All I know is the Fenix feels great. It feels the best that it ever has since we've had it. Now, put the Fenix aside, let's talk about other airplanes that I've flown in this sim so far, and I can tell you without question, the flare feels way better. So the floating let's just take default airplanes, for example. If you took a default airplane or a Coronado airplane in Microsoft 2020 and go to land, you can hold that thing off the runway at 30 knots for 3,000 feet. It will float forever. However, in 2024, that's not there. In fact, we flew the Beech 18 with the Beech 18 stream. We're going to do a twin Cessna stream tonight. Hopefully, we have enough time for it. I have it scheduled for 6:45. Hopefully, if we get even early, we'll go early, maybe 6:30 or so. But we've done a couple GA flights, and I've flown the GA stuff offline, and I am telling you, without a question, the flight model enhancements in 2024 are there. And this is something that I'll raise my hand and say I was wrong, because I did not believe, not necessarily believe, I just didn't really think we were going to get that much of a flight model change or see that much of a flight model change. It looked like they were spending a lot of time in career mode and missions, and they were, and they have. But they also came true on their promise to deliver better flight characteristics. Okay, so it's definitely better. Is it perfect? No, but it's better. And here's the last thing I'll say about that until someone asks again, which is fine. I get new people coming here all the time. They haven't heard the spiel, but I do apologize for y'all that hear it over and over and over again. I don't like default aircraft. I don't like lightly simulated airplanes. It's not really an interest to me. I understand there's a market for that, and I understand that market is quite large. That is the majority of the Microsoft Flight Sim market, is tailored towards Xbox, console players, or light simmers that just want to have fun. But even with lightly simulated aircrafts like the Beech 18 that we have by default here in this sim, the twin Cessna we're going to fly later this evening, the flight model alone is so much more fun to fly that it is keeping me from going back to 2020 and flying my favorite all-time twin piston, the Duke, or the Black Square King Air, or the TBM. Those are highly detailed, highly modeled GA aircraft that I love in 2020, and I cannot wait for them to make it to 2024, because the flight model enhancements make that much of a difference to me. Patrick Borkman, thanks for the $5 super chat. May you be free of CTD freezes. Hey, my man, I do appreciate that. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that, and I'm hoping, Patrick, if you have one thing I have noticed on my system, if you load in and it's really stuttery, end the flight and start a new flight. And I actually had to do it twice. So for this particular stream, I loaded in. I thought it was the Portland scenery, which it did have an effect, but it was way stuttery. I couldn't even move the mouse. So I ended flight, restarted flight, same thing. Ended flight, restarted flight, and it was butter smooth. So I don't know what's happening, what's causing that, but there's something when you load in, maybe something doesn't load right, maybe something is conflicting. I don't know the science or the technicalities behind that, but I can tell you restarting the flight has helped me with stutters when I load in on the initial load in. Rail Cowgirl, good to see you. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Turning down road traffic from ultra to medium, gained my system a whopping 20 FPS. Whoa! Road traffic from ultra to medium gained your system a 20 FPS change. Well, Rail Cowgirl, I'm going to take a look at that. I hate to go into the settings menu when we're flying, because especially now we do that like GTA 5 transition where it pauses the sim, you zoom out, you got to unload everything, then reload everything. But I will check that, because I think my road traffic might actually still be on ultra. But thank you for the tip, Rail Cowgirl. I will take a look at that after this flight. Thank you. My GPU utilization is all over the place, constantly bouncing around. Yes, Lima Echo Lima, I've noticed that. Let me pull, I have mine up right here. Let me see. So right now, GPU is at 44%, CPU's at 63%. So CPU's actually working pretty hard. But you have to understand I'm streaming too. I think you could knock a good 5% at least, maybe even more on both of these. You could probably even knock 10% off the CPU if I stop streaming right now. So it'd probably be realistically around 44%. And my GPU would realistically probably be around 45%. Right now it's going up to 56. Now it seems it's pretty much flatlining here, 55, 56% in flight. Still using 11.4 dedicated of my 16 GPU memory. But that's on my 4080 Super. So I'll check that out though. Thank you for the tip. I appreciate that. Hello, Gigalottes. What's up? Wingnut's back in house. Jeez, every time I see Wingnut or Full Flap join, you guys know the meme where it's the Spider-Man. There's 3 of them in a circle. They're all pointing at each other. Dude. X-Plane 12 is great in 2024. Wingnut, I'm telling you, dude. Listen. I'm going to give you a secret to you. I'm going to give you a little secret, okay? It's because I like you. First off, if you haven't seen his channel, go check him out. He's Full Flap Sim. He lands flap 15. I think I've only seen one stream where he actually landed at full flaps. But we share a lot of the same enthusiasms with airplanes. We like dirty flaps. We like full flaps. We like old airplanes. So check him out. He's a new channel. But I'll tell you what, man. Here's the secret. It'll actually help you grow your channel right now. Because a new sim, if you can jump on that wave, I mean, it will help you blossom into the streaming category. So I wouldn't and look, I can't wait for you to come back here and super chat and say, hey, you were right, I was wrong, 2024 flight model is way better. So I look forward to that day, and there's more than one benefit for you switching over on the 2024 chain. And look, you don't have to buy like the Aviators, the Collector's Edition that I have. You get all because there are some cool planes. I mean, I do like the Twin Cessna I'm about to fly. I do like the Beech 18. But just get like the cheapest one. And then I guess when the marketplace opens, you can check out some of the other aircraft. You can rent them, I believe, right? You'll be able to rent airframes. That's the thing. So, missed the DC-3 flight because I was an idiot. What did Steven say? You heard it here first, folks. Oh, yeah. Full flap greater than V1. Ouch. Hey, look, man. If he would land full flap, I would agree with you. Every time I've been over there, he's done like a flaps 15 and the 737. I'm like, who does this? I didn't even know the 73 could land flaps 15. And the first time I see it is on a channel called Full Flap Sim. Give me a break. All right, here we go. Back to this mode. I'm going to turn the airplane down a little more here. I'll tell you what, though. We can also agree Battleship Gray is the juice, can we not? Oh, you can rent them if the developer wants to? That's interesting. Mr. Saturday, how you doing, man? I saw your name in the chat. I missed some of your messages, but I love your creativity, man. Even your name, how you have like the Mr. Sat, like the taxiway signs. That's pretty cool, man. That's what I want. I want to get a taxiway sign and put it on my boat shed. I have I call it the Falcon cage because I have a Falcon bass boat, and I want to put the blue omnidirectional taxi lights in the driveway. Wife is kind of vetoing that idea. I might just do a executive order and do it anyway, or like in the middle of the pavement, do some green. I want my driveway to look like a taxiway. I want to have blue omnidirectional lights and then green centerline lights. How cool would that be? And then a taxiway sign on there. V1 is flying us to get parts for our wrecked DC-3. Can we watch it live? Can I pull it up and show everybody how you wrecked? I want to see this, actually. Mr. Rainbow Loves Coffee. My man, thank you for the $10 super chat, dude. Appreciate you. I don't have Microsoft 2020 installed due to I had to reset my computer. Oof. Should I wait till the market opens up to have my community folder moved, or should I download 2020 and use my old add-ons? Man. Thanks for the $10 super chat, dude. I appreciate you. Oh, and there goes my Google Chrome running out of out of memory. That's so weird. It must be like a new Google Chrome thing. This never used to happen, but it always, like, my Google Chrome runs out. I mean, I would just use your 2020 stuff, man. That's what I'd probably go back to that, you know, until because I have no idea when the market's going to open, you know. At least you can get in, get flying. Fubar, what's up, man? Thanks for the $5 super chat, Fubar. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Says, unsanctioned taxiway sign. I hope the couch is comfy, but seriously, happy Thanksgiving. Thanks for all you do. Fubar, thank you so much for the support, man. I appreciate that. Thanks for the $5 super chat. Yeah, we'll have to see here. I just think it would look really cool to have freaking omnidirectional taxi lights. They're much bigger than you may think, you know? Hey, Aaron, what's up, man? Good to see you, dude. He says, for anyone who has used NVIDIA's automatic overclocking, if you're getting 2024 stutters, try turning overclock off. Looks like my GPU is running very hot and thermal throttling. See, Team Vodka, it's not all about overclocking and speed. Team Vodka always wants to give us speed. Overclock this, overclock that. Just run it. Just get something that runs fast on a normal clock. And then you don't have to worry about overclocking. That's my motto. Or like I use the default overclock, you know, when it boosts itself. Okay, let's get into let's go real life view here. Let's use this window. Oh, dang it, went the wrong way. Okay, there is real life right there. Boom. I can't save it. I mean, I'll try. I'll do left control 6. So I've saved the view. I even saw the stutter. I keep saying left control. Right control 6. I hit right control 6. I save the view. But I'm not going to test it because I know it won't work. But I'm going to keep it here anyway. And that's why that might have been why my stream started to stutter. Is because Alexandra Bellini dropped the 20 gifted memberships. Alexandra Bellini, thank you so much for that. I really appreciate the massive 20 gifted subs to the channel. That's very kind of you, and thank you all for who have gifted donations and memberships. That's why the more members you get, the more emojis you get. That's how it works. So we'll share some love for Alexandra Bellini, some positive rates. Another 20. My goodness, absolutely awesome. Positive rates for Alexandra Bellini. Thank you so much. I appreciate the massive support here for the gifted memberships. Very, very kind. I can't even find my positive rate emoji. There it is. Make the chat green. Thank you. Wingnut dropping a $5 super chat. Wingnut, thank you, man. Appreciate that. Thanks for the support with a new channel. Says full flap. See, I told you he's a man of many personalities. Thanks, man. I appreciate you, Wingnut. Thanks for the super chat. Make V1 chat green again. It's dang near on the way there, man. Do I have FCU and EFIS? Ozzy, I do. I have a mini FCU sitting. Oh, you can't really see it. It sits up there on top of my Bravo. But I have not even attempted to get it working. I keep forgetting to see if it works by just moving it over. I think I might have to download and update some stuff. But I do have the mini FCU, and I really enjoy it. I don't have the mini EFIS. Mini FCU was kind enough to send me the mini FCU. I don't think I'm going to go out and purchase a mini EFIS just because, number one, I don't really have any more space for it. If they want to send me one, I'd hook it up, show you what it's all about, but I'm pretty content with the FCU right now. I know there's a ton of options on the market now too. I think there's like 4 different EFIS and FCU things you can buy for the Airbus, which is pretty crazy. But I do use my mini FCU quite frequently, and it's been good to me. So, is 2024 better flight model than X-Plane? Well, you're gonna have to ask full flap sim when he gets 2024, because he's the one that still flies X-Plane. I tell you what, we are going to do that stream, big boy, because I haven't flown X-Plane to have a confident say. Look, we're getting some clear air turbulence here up at 32,000 feet, which is cool to see. But we will do a stream. Matter of fact, do you guys want to do that tomorrow? What if we do a straight up X-Plane 11 versus Microsoft 2024? We'll do it live tomorrow. I think we should. Rail Cowgirl gifting the 20 memberships as well. My goodness, up to 56 new members on this stream. Thank you, Rail Cowgirl. Very, very kind of you. And again, thank you for that tip about the road traffic. I am not going to forget that. From one YouTuber to another. Hey, Real Cowgirl, much love. I do appreciate that. Yes, you know, and I've actually had your channel up. I love the train. It's crazy. We have different sides of the planet, completely different industries, but united through YouTube. So it's very cool. But I have had your train videos up where it's just running through the snow. It's a great background on the TV. You know, it's a great atmosphere to have. So I do appreciate that. Thank you for what you do, and thank you for the support. But yeah, I had one. I can't remember where it was, but it was like this snowy, just an absolute picturesque, beautiful image of this train going through these hills. And I had it up. No, not train simulation, Fubar. It's real trains. Real Cowgirl, feel free to explain what your channel is to Fubar or anyone else in the chat. But yeah, it's real trains, man. Real trains. What good planes can all be imported to 2024 at the moment? Hey, Nesha, that's a great question. I right now, the only one that I know that's officially supported is the Fenix. So I've heard of people dragging and dropping some airplanes over and they work in 2024. But my theory is, and I don't know if this has been confirmed, I think it would be, is unless they're updated to work with the new mechanics in the simulator, I don't know if you're going to receive the updated physics and flight model characteristics. So I'm kind of just hold up. Wait, Lungo says Lear 35 is supported now? Come on, are you serious? Lungo, don't play with my heartstrings here, dude. The Learjet 35A from FlySimWare is supported in 2024. Then we will do that stream tomorrow as well. We're going to have to. But Richland, yeah, so that's what I'm saying. I heard the Comanche works, but I haven't even tried making things work because I don't have an interest in making airplanes fly like 2020 in 2024. I want my 2024 planes to fly like 2024 planes. Jimmy, here we go. Even more information for Wingnut. He says, I flew the Kodiak, which hasn't been updated in 2020 in 2 years. I flew it in 24. It's like a whole new plane. See? Flight model is a thing, man. I'm telling you. Take the Lear to Kern Valley. So we have to check the weather. I want to go to Kern Valley, but guys, I posted in the Discord. I loaded in the Cessna Titan into Kern Valley, the 404, and it was completely downpouring, overcast. I want to say visibility was maybe like 500 RVR. I took off. I have no idea where I'm going, and I flew into a mountain, crashed and died. So, yeah, not awesome. Not awesome. Look at this. Look at the leveling of the clouds right here. We got some puffies. We got an overcast. We got some vertical development on top of the flat clouds. Oh, I love it. I did take the 7.2 into Kern and stopped. Barely. We also tail stood, right? I took the 727 into Kern Valley. Completely empty. Completely empty, Wingnut. Zero fuel. I didn't have enough fuel to go around if I wanted to. Zero fuel, zero cargo. Smashed it on. Stopped. And then it ended up on our tail. But we did stop. Full-on tail stand. Yeah, Kalimbo, the 7.4, the previews from Bill's Mafia. Yes, I've seen them. They look great. I mean, those are just renders from the rendering software, but I can't wait. I mean, I saw you see the cockpit, the round gauges. Oh, my goodness. I cannot wait. A 747 Classic from PMDG. That's it. That'll be the end of any airplane for me. That's all I'm going to fly. for probably a year. Retro Diffie. Retrofly Diffie. Thanks for the $5 super chat. Hey, Pappy. My old roommate used to call me that. He's from Dominican Republic. Pappy. Can't wait for your RJ BAE ops. There's this. There the sniz. I know, dude. I can't wait till we get some Just Flight stuff over. I have a really cool livery on the Fokker that I want to fly in 2024. We're just waiting for confirmed updates and support for 2024. That's what I'm waiting for. Always take off south at Kern. Yeah, probably would have been a good idea. Real Cowgirl says, not only that, I even saw mature cumulonimbus clouds in my flight this morning. That's awesome. And you can see the bolt top spanning out in one direction. That is really cool. Tim, I did not see a Just Flight update. There's an update. I'll have to check that out too, man. I have not seen an update from Just Flight, but I will look for that. I'm sure it's posted in the Discord. I've been busy. I was down in Fort Worth. Down in Fort Worth yesterday. Had family in town. Went to the stockyards, do all the touristy things. They're city folk. My sister and her husband and my nephew. So I did get myself a pair of Longhorns, though. Been wanting to get a Longhorn. Well, I guess it's not true Longhorn rack, but they got to be 8 feet. But they're still really long. They're going to go up on the... I can't decide if I want to put it on the mantle or put it up on the above the kitchen. But been wanting a pair for a long time. But it was a lot of fun. L1011. Oh, Mr. Saturday. Well, I'm waiting patiently for that. We'll see. I'm waiting patiently. I'm having success with Black Square. All of them and the physics seem to be correct. Really? But see, even if the physics... I don't know. Until I know for sure... You know, I'd love to hear something from Black Square where they'd be like, yeah, you can make these work. Look, we're getting a little bit of turbulence right here. Real air turbulence is dead to me. Don't even need that add-on in 2024. You hear that, Turk? Don't even need that turbulence add-on. As a Razorback fan, I'm not happy with any Longhorns right now. I'm sorry, man. Too bad you can't mount it on front of an Airbus. Viper Gaming. Do you have a conflicting binding? I was having yaw issues as well, but my views, the way I set up my views, I use the numpad, and the numpad keys are bound to rudder deflection inputs. So make sure you do not have any conflicting bindings. I did have that problem, and I confirmed it through using my views. So make sure you don't have conflicting bindings. Start there. Yep, no need for FS Realistic or Reoturb. See you later, Gamehook. This 2020 does mountain turbulence? Yeah, not like this, though. Not like this, it doesn't. The Virgin Honeywell FMC fan versus the Chad Siva INS enjoyer. Have I done career mode? I have not. I'm not interested in grinding. Do you guys even... I mean, I don't know. I'm trying to think how I can wrap my head around career mode with a twist. I haven't put my finger on it yet. TCA or Alpha? TCA Boeing yoke or Alpha? TCA Boeing yoke. Over the Honeycomb Alpha. Every day and twice on Sunday. How'd you get your Phoenix throttle to work? I changed the axis like they said, but they don't move at all. My Phoenix throttle. Benny. Do you have a conflicting binding? Because I couldn't get my... When I bound it up, my Throttleteks, even though they were bound properly, my Bravo was connected and it had a throttle axis. I had to delete the throttle axis on the Bravo. Check for conflicting binds. But other than that, everything seems to work just as it would in 2020 with the bindings as far as the Airbus is concerned. I didn't have any issues with that. So I wish I had a better answer for you. You do career mode grind in real life. Career mode is weird. Here's the thing. I enjoy watching Jeff Faviano. I gotta make sure I say it right. Is it Faviano or Faviano? Faviano. I think it's Faviano because I used to say Faviano. He didn't like that. Faviano. I've been watching him do his career grinds, which is pretty funny. But Evening Cap, how do I private message? Thanks for the £2, man. Appreciate you. Hit me up on the Discord. Thanks for the £2 super chat, man. There's you can join the Discord, send me a DM. I may or may not see it or read it. It takes me about 6 months to go through my DMs, and then I wait another 6 months. Not sure why you can't do the firefighting and medevac separately. Those were advertised so much. We'll see. I agree with you completely, man. I was hoping that we would have some of those missions similar to how FSX had it, right? You had a whole slew of missions. You could just go in and do missions without a career mode. There was no career mode. So I thought that the career mode was something, you know, separate, which is cool and all, and you can go do whatever. But to get any of the missions to have to be in career mode is kind of a meh. Just wait till they start microtransactioning us. We're actually getting some chop up here. I might have to turn the seatbelt sign on, but I don't want to lose this view. Not a 45-hour flight hour requirement for your PPL. That's what they should have done, Rail Cowgirls. They should have done career mode legit, where you have to actually build up all your flight times. You have to fly the A400M. I know, Captain. Should we fly? Here's the thing. How about this, guys? I don't even have anything bound, though. We'll take a look at Kern Valley. Can we land an A400M in Kern Valley? Maybe if Kern Valley is still socked in with weather, maybe we'll postpone the twin Cessna stream and do an A400M flight. R. Kelly, 1999. Thanks for the $5 super chat, man. Question for you, my guy. Does a deferred thrust reverser in the bus downgrade your autoland capability Cat 3 to Cat 2? I do not have my iPad with me. Would it make it Cat 3 to Cat 2? Who's got a... I don't know. I'd have to check the book, man. You can definitely have a deferred thrust reverser. I want to say you could still do a Cat 3, but it would be fail passive is my guess. So here's the thing, R. Kelly. It's a little bit more complex than just Cat 3, Cat 2. So under the Cat 3 category, we used to go by, I got to go up here to the cockpit, see how far we are. We might be running out of time. Yeah, we're 250 miles out. And let's just see if my bind works. Nope, see, that's the bind I had bound. It's gone. So binding is messed up in the 319. So under the Cat 3 condition, Wingnut, headed out of here. Take it easy, man. Fly a 737. Speaking of grinding in career mode. All right. Hey, Wingnut, I look forward to your Thanksgiving Day 2024 Beach 18 stream. I can't wait to see it, man. You have a wonderful flight. Stay safe out there. And thanks for doing the Lord's work on that 737, because he knows I sure as hell ain't going to do it. Take care, bud. So Cat 3, no, not A, B, and C. So we used to have Cat 3, A, B, and C. We don't do that anymore in the States. We have Cat 3 fail operational, and we have Cat 3 fail passive. So the FAA took something that was semi-complicated and made it hella complicated. So fail operational would mean that you're doing a Cat 3 approach with basically nothing broken on the airplane. If you have something in op or deferred, it would be fail passive. And then there are stipulations of what is broken, how many of them are broken, what you can do, what you can't do. Do you have an alert height? What's your alert height? So it's not just a cut and dry answer. But in an emergency, I could tell you can absolutely auto land with a reverser in op, because we do single engine landing all the time. And I don't see why having a reverser in op would prohibit the airplane from doing an auto land. I just don't know about the legality for it. I'd have to look. It would be in my, and it'd be in the EFB, it'd be under Cat 3, it'd be under required equipment. And then I could look at thrust reverser, and then it could tell me how many are required for it. We still use Cat 3 A, B language. See, I wish we did, man. We've kind of gone away from that. The A, B, and C. So Cat 3C used to be basically a 0-0 auto land, right? I'm going to check. Somebody said, so if I go to my bindings, search by input, num6. See? Load custom camera 6. It should work. It's not there. Not there. What does this mean? Num6, aileron roll right? But what's the 3 mean there? We are definitely getting some chop though, so let's go ahead and turn the seatbelt sign back on. And it's about time we start prepping for our arrival. San Francisco, the Bodega 4. We're coming off of the Melbeck. Bottom altitude is going to be 11,000 feet. Let's dial on 11,000 here. Oh, there's 3 conflicting binds. Well, delete all binds to start fresh. I do, but for this airplane, for the Phoenix, it had all my binds from 2020. That's why I'm running it. So, but here's the thing: it's not a problem that would cause me to not go back to that view. So, it's something with the 319 because it works in everything else. I could put this in horizontal mode. Wait, for real? I don't want to because I'm one of the guys that triggers a lot of people. I keep my iPad vertical, even on the on the mounts here. Where's my iPad? There we go. Bring it back up. So in real life, I actually run mine vertical, and ours are mounted technically. So I think I could mount this. Can I go back to the mounting options? Airline modifiable. Frame mount. Yeah, so that's what we have. We have frame mount, but I still run mine vertical. A lot of guys don't like it, but it's great. I love it. All right, Bodega 3, we're set. Let's go here. Let's look at the perf. Descent looking good. Let's check out the weather in SFO. The latest METAR, 52 minutes. It's an old one though. 100 at 5. Temperature down there is 13. Dew point 13. Might have some low vis this evening. 10 statute miles. Kind of hard to read that, but 13133014. And let's go back to the charts. Approach, and we're doing the 28 right. ILS. The minimum for us, 213 feet in the barrel. We might actually need that. We'll wait a few minutes here and we'll get the latest and greatest weather. You can see it's 22:49, so we need to wait for the latest and greatest METAR to load up. What do we have here? Received. Vertical. Yeah. So here's the thing. And you think I just have vertical. There's a reason I run my chart vertical. And until you come up with a better argument, I don't know why you can argue against this point. 90% of the charts that you look at are designed to be viewed in the vertical position. There are about 10%, it may be more, maybe let's be generous, let's say 15% of the charts, mostly SIDS and stars and airport diagrams, are laid out to be viewed horizontally. So 80%, 85% of the time, the chart that I'm looking at is designed to be shown in the vertical position. That's why I leave my iPad vertical. Because if you turn your chart horizontal here, now you're not going to be able to see everything. You actually have to move and scroll or zoom way out to see the whole plate when it is in the horizontal. So that is why, and I agree, like there are some SIDS and there are some stars that you fly that are meant to be viewed horizontal, and I got to kind of surf around with my fingers and zoom and whatever, okay. But if 85% of the charts are meant to be viewed vertical, and guess what? Here's another thing. Every single, oh man, not every single, because LA's got some long ones. 98% of approach charts, which are probably the most important chart in here, right? The approach chart. Of all the charts that are in your EFB, these are probably the most important ones. 98% of them are meant to be viewed vertical. So, until you guys come up with a better answer on why I should put my charts horizontal, other than you like to look at the few charts that are supposed to be laid out horizontal, I'm not going to change it. And Andy B is correct. 85% of all chart statistics are made up. The other 35% are true, and the 5% after that are real. Use Lido, my goodness. Oh yeah, Denver, gross. Yeah, that's another reason why I don't like Denver, is because the charts are designed to be horizontal, and you have the extra transition. I mean, you have a whole extra chart for transitions in Denver, which is just gross. I don't know why anybody likes going to Denver, unless you live there. I hate flying in Denver. It's way too much work. Look at that wing view, though. Logo Lights, 23 months of support, dude. Appreciate you, man. Oh, my God, there are dolphins in Milford Sound. 24 is real. What? Are you serious? That's awesome, man. A libido chase. Limbo. Denver is just like Compton. Key 6, what up, man? In Ireland, Aaron, in Ireland, how do I get my best Irish accent? In Ireland. So, Aaron, there was an FO. He's a captain now, a good dude. Love flying with him. Man, I don't know if I told you a story, but his accent was so thick, I could barely understand what he was saying. And it was the first time I had a line check as a captain. And he was my FO. Great dude, loved them, super smart, great pilot. But I was just like, I felt like I was flying single pilot, man, because I couldn't, his accent was so thick. It's hilarious. But then he would repeat himself like 10 times, and I'd be like, I'm sorry, man, I don't understand what you're saying. Anyway, Aaron says in Ireland, the charts drive on the left. Lucifer, I think is he on the south side of the airport? I think he's on the south side of the airport. JJ, what's up? Thanks for $2 super chat. You made you a steak in Discord chat. Happy Thanksgiving. JJ, my man, thanks for the $2 super chat, man. Appreciate you. I do love a good steak, man. I should have steak tonight because on the turkey. Well, we got turkey. What do we do tomorrow? Maybe I'll do steak tomorrow because we got turkey on Thursday. Man, I had some good brisket last night, though. I was surprised. The chicken was drier in the Sahara Desert, but we went out and got some pretty good brisket. As a guy in a relationship with an Irish girl bird, try and say this way. Ireland. In Ireland, that's exactly right, Thomas, right? I can just hear Aaron. In Ireland, the charts drive on the left. Oh, my word. All right, what are we looking at? Descent. We're getting close. 111 knot crosswind, though. That's pretty good. Looks like our descent will be right up there, so we're looking good. Seatbelt sign is on. Wing views are still bugged. Let's go outside. Let's just enjoy that view. I was actually kind of vibing with the top down, like seeing the short bus here. That looks pretty good. A little short bus action. Or kind of zooming in on the wings so you could see the flexing happening out here is pretty cool. That sounded German. Was he from Cork? Yes. I want to say he was from... He might have been from Cork or Kerry. I probably couldn't tell the difference. Because I remember I asked him. I was like... I said, so where in Ireland are you from? He's like, I'm from Ireland. Ireland. I was like, huh? The Ireland thing differs by country. I say Ireland. He definitely says Ireland. We called him the Leprechaun. What was his nickname? His call sign. I'm flying with the Leprechaun today. Ireland. Ireland. Communication and phonetics only. There was Well, here's the other thing too. So we were going from Cancun back to Dallas. My first ever line check as a captain. I was doing Cancun back to Dallas, and the controller, getting our clearance because they don't have PDC in Cancun. So getting the clearance from control was quite the process. Quite the process. And I'm over there cracking up, and I got the check airman, who's actually a cool dude. I've flown with him before, but when I was an FO, I'm pretty sure he was laughing too. Like it was just good. He's like, and he said it in the thickest accent possible. He's like, these controllers in Mexico don't understand my English. And he said that with such a thick accent that I asked him 3 times what he was saying, and he thought I was kidding. And I was like, dude, I don't understand what you're saying. It's great. McShiggity Pat says, I was born in Ireland. Awesome, man. That's awesome, McShiggity Pat. Hope you're doing well, man. Did he have a musical twang to him? Probably cack. Cack, a carry, right? He did have a bit of a musical twang to him. He did. Real Cowgirl says, one thing I noticed with the Phoenix during one engine taxiing is how much it pulls to the left with minimum amount of thrust on the right engine. Pulls to the left with minimum amount of thrust on the right engine. Yes. Oh, well, Real Cowgirl, make sure you're taxiing with, if you're doing a single engine taxi, make sure you're taxiing on number 1. Do that. But yeah, there will be some significant pull. There will be some significant pull, absolutely. And it's even more dramatized in the 319. So it's good to see that modeled. As we approach the northern tip of California, right? Whereabouts are we? What's down here? Is this Redding? Getting close, I think. Maybe no. What's this lake? I think we're getting close to Northern California, if we're not already in it. So we could fly. I mean, you could see out there. You can see it's just socked in. We may not be able to do Kern Valley tonight, y'all. I'm not sure. Doing grand, me lad. I'm going to need a... Can I make the bank angle check person read in a thick Ireland accent? Clear Lake? It might be Clear Lake. Are we that far? How can we check? We are... Where's Etchy? There's ST. What's STS? I'm not sure what STS is. And what are the VORs? Oh, ENI. I know ENI. That's right there by Ukiah. So that might be Clear Lake. A-Route, we're going into SFO. We're going into SFO. Where's our top of descent? I feel like we're getting behind. 29. How is that going to work out? Below 290, and he wants me to start the descent right there? That's... Oh, at or above 290 at 280 knots. Okay. Top of the morning. Bank angle check, laddies. What's your favorite 3 of the 320 to fly? Dev, the 319 is my favorite. Just because it's built like a tank, man. 319, you can get up to high altitude. It's rough in turbulence, but it's going to stay together. It feels like it's just built like a tank. You can get above most of the weather. Even when you're heavy, fully loaded, get up to 39. It has good performance on the descent. I mean, you can never really slow down and go down in the Airbus, but if there was one that could do it, it's the 319. She's pretty good at, you go full speed brake. You could manhandle the 319 a little bit. But if I had to fly a transcon or a long flight, give me the 321neo because it's so quiet. And you just feel less tired after flying a 321neo. I actually think it pressurizes the cabin at a lower altitude too. I'm sure one of you pro pilots will know. I think it actually is 1,000 feet less, or a slightly different PSI for the 321neo pressurization schedule. So it is physically less taxing on your body. Is 2020 dead to me yet? Gray shirt, I tell you what. Phoenix is making it a whole lot quicker to be dead to me. Because now that the Fenix is working, look at this bank angle check to the left. We've been having turbulence this whole flight. I wish we had wing views. It's quickly becoming dead to me. Now that I've got my I was gonna say, man, I got to stay in 2020 because my Fenix is there, right? We have the Fenix. Can't leave the Fenix, but now the Fenix is here. So it's quite challenging to want to go. What am I going to go back in 2020 and fly? You know, go fly the 727, which I love. But after feeling the flight model here in 2024, I don't know, man. You're going to fly the FS Labs? Yeah, I'll fly it because I, like many of you, I'm very curious. What do they have to offer? So I'll take it upon myself as a content creator to be your eyes and ears. Be like, because if you already have the Fenix, why would you buy another airplane that does the same exact thing? So until FS Labs can prove that they have something else that the Fenix cannot do or does not do, and they do it better, we're going to have to figure that out. And off the top of my head, I don't know what that could be. The sharing of airframe and tech log thing is interesting. I think there is potential, but I'm not sold on it yet. I need more details. All right, we're approaching TOD 5 prior. Speed descent. Down we go. Descending down to San Francisco. They do have the test, actually, matter of fact, speaking of Fenix, or excuse me, speaking of we already have that Team Vodka. Look at the detail on this floppy disk here. So, quick story about a floppy disk. When I first started flying the Citation, we updated our nav data with the floppy disk. And the guy, my good buddy of mine, we still fly. We don't fly it anymore, but we still talk to this day. He's always like my backup. Like if something ever happened to where I wanted to go back to corporate or whatever, I don't see why I would, but he's always like, hey man, if you ever need a job, I'll be here. I'll hook you up. Great time to get good. He's one of those rare people you meet that you want to keep. You definitely keep around, right? But we first met. We just started flying together. He's like, hey, just go update go update the box. I'm like, yeah. So I took the Manila folder or whatever it was. I go up into the airplane and it's old Citation, and I pull out the floppy disk, and I was like, man, I can't. It's not going in. It's not. Something's not going in. He walks up a couple minutes later. He's like, what the hell are you doing? I'm like, well, I can't get it away. He's like, you worthless millennial or something like that. And he's like, give me that. And he put it, I guess I was trying to put in the floppy disk upside down. So, I mean, and I had seen floppy disks, right? I saw floppy, we had floppy disks in school, but I just completely forgot. He's a few years older than me. But yeah, that was my introduction to the Citation. That's how we updated our, I believe it was the 5, was it a 530? It wasn't a 530. Whatever nav database we had, we used floppy disk. No, real cowgirl. Look, I had a moment, okay? I had a moment. So this is another binding that I've seen here. So I fixed this before. I got to fix the binding because I have to do something specific for the 321. I'm going to have to do it for the 319 as well, apparently, for the speed brake. You've got to make like a dead zone. Because the push button, to push down to arm it, triggers this axis. So you got to put a dead zone on the axis where it starts so you can arm it and disarm it and not trigger the axis. I'd made a 321 specific profile. I guess I have to make the same thing for this one. Worthless millennials, I know. Look, technically, I mean, people throw around the term like millennial is is still a young person, but man, there's a millennial. This goes back, what, 85? 85, I think, is technically a millennial? 80? I don't even know. All I know is there's a bunch of different gens now. 1980? Okay. Zennial. Yeah. Listen, I'm this years old. You guys remember the computers, the Apple computers with the clear back that had all the colors? I always wanted a green one. Okay, if you want to know how old I am, that's how old I am. I wanted a computer with the clear backing. Those Apple computers with a Macintosh. I grew up using floppy disks in the late 80s before the smaller one you have. Mr. Rabel's coming. Thanks for $5 super chat. Yep. I appreciate that, man. Thank you for the $5 super chat. I love coffee too, by the way. Yeah, the floppy disk in the late 80s before the smaller one. So even a bigger floppy disk. Yeah, that's right. My frames were killed by Phoenix. Hung start. Great name. So would it be fair to say that your frames were hot started by the Phoenix? Turn frame gen off. If you're using frame gen, turn frame gen off. See if that helps. I'm a Zennial, the old hags that embrace the millennial life. Just turned 50 this year. It sucks. Nah, man. 50 years young, Jake. 50 years young, man. I'm so old, my first Mac was the first Mac. You have died of dysentery. Oh my gosh, Oregon Trail. That was the best, man. Dude, can you imagine, like, all the young kids now playing Oregon Trail? Like, I would spend hours trying to make this. And then there was, like, the later versions that came out that were actually pretty good, where you had, like, the store and stuff. And I'm, like, trying to plot out, okay, I got to get all these supplies. I'd get 90% of the way there and die of dysentery or something. Or everybody drowned crossing a river that would have, like, a 10% chance of failing. That game was rigged, and that was the introduction to rage, like computer raging. Like rage moments. It was Oregon Trail. You know, like that gif of the guy that beat up his keyboard in the office? It's probably because he was playing Oregon Trail. So rigged. I'm so old the internet was called ARPA. My first program I ever wrote were inspired by Oregon Trail. Nice. A PowerBook 100 A-Rot? Nice, dude. There was so hey, Will's dropping facts. I didn't know this. There were 3 different floppy disks, the 8-inch, the 525, and the 3.5. An 8-inch floppy? That's, okay, I don't think I had an 8-inch floppy. That's pretty big, dude. That's like putting a PFD. Let me slide this PFD into the computer here. It has probably like, 5 kilobytes of storage. I do remember AOL. Yeah, AOL. The PET computers? No, Team Vodka. I don't remember the PET. The PET computers? Commodore 64 old, yeah. 3.5. That's crazy. Yeah, blast. And now look, guys. Look, now from 8-inch floppies, look at this, to descending into San Francisco in the most detailed simulation of a 319 we've ever seen to date. I still stand by that, and I welcome the competition from FS Labs because I want to see what they can bring to the table. But the Phoenix, as it sits, is the most comprehensive, most accurate representation of an Airbus that I have ever used on a desktop simulator. And that goes back to all my years of simming. Uh-oh, Max Rank is here. ZX Spectrum plus first rig with the tape cassette. I do remember the tape cassettes. I mean, we still have. I had those. I used to listen to music and tapes and like Bible stories, all kinds of stuff. And then when I would go to sleep, and then I remember having to flip the tape over, and it was the worst thing because you were all comfortable and just about ready to fall asleep. Then you gotta flip the tape over, and so I'd always call for my mom and be like, "Mom, flip the tape over." Good old days, man. MS-DOS. So MS-DOS, I hated MS-DOS because I was trying to play U.S. Navy fighters on a 95 computer, and I had to, like, get into MS-DOS for U.S. Navy fighters to work. And I always had issues with that game. Anybody else ever get U.S. Navy fighters to work? I had to run it on DOS. All right, we're out of 18,000 feet. We should probably pay attention to what we're doing here. We get our LS push buttons on. 3012 is set. We're down to 11. Outer tank fuel transferred. That means we got just about an hour of fuel left. 6,200 pounds in the tank. We are looking good. We're on the profile. This is going to be a beautiful arrival, though. Jane's Combat. Yeah, I use Jane's Combat. F-15, F-18. I never did a Apache 64 longbow or whatever, but I was interested in that one. MS-DOS, though. That was the jam, yeah. MS-DOS. Pong. I played Pong. I remember playing Pong. Yep, Jane's Combat, Falcon 4.0. I actually played Falcon 4.0 Allied Force quite a bit. And Wingnut, he still plays BMS. Jane's F-18 digital mark. Yeah, it was good stuff, dude. Micropose F-22. That's a blast from the past right there, Key 6. Mr. Rainbow, thanks for another $10 super chat. This could be my last super chat because I need to get a loan to use another one in case this is a really fun channel. Thank you for being so amazing. Hey, Mr. Rainbow loves coffee. I appreciate all your support, man. I know you've been dropping super chats all the time, man. I do appreciate that. Thank you so much for your donations here and the support on the V1 Nation. We like having you around here, man. Thanks. I need to get a loan, yes. Yeah, Falcon 4.0 was awesome. F-22 Lightning, Nova Logic. Anybody play the Nova? Yeah, all the Nova Logic games were awesome. What was the AH-64 Comanche? Micropose developing a B-17. Excited for that. Wait, are they really, Chris Duper? First sim was Sublogic ATP. Wow. Wow. I'd love to get a real weather radar in 24, but I think not. Weather radar, schmadar. Wow, look at this, though. So, for those of you that play 2020, those are the clouds you see all the time right there. Those ash clouds. But see, this is a much better representation. See how bright everything is? Now we got some real dark clouds down there. Oh, I wish we had wing views. We're going right over the bridge. There she is. Look at that. Screenshot, real time, real weather. Look, it doesn't get more nostalgic than that. A United Battleship Gray over the Golden Gate Bridge, San Francisco. Rain and overcast at the destination. Gotta love it. Screenshot engaged. That is so cool. We need a wing view, but unfortunately we don't have them. I must have a plasma TV. I actually think I do. I think it's in our closet. Yeah, yeah, SFO is great. Very cool. You know what we should do? Where's Half Moon Bay? Isn't it right over here somewhere? It's just down the way here. We won't be able to see it. Look at this juice, though. What do you recommend as hour building jobs outside of CFI? Anything that'll pay you to fly, man. Beggars can't be choosers, right? I think the CFI route is good. It teaches you to be on your toes. Freight is always an option. Fly freight. We're going to do an open descent down to 7,000 feet. We'll get all our lights on here. Freight is another one. I did freight. I did both. I did CFI, freight, and corporate. Not necessarily in that order. The one thing that I mean, for me, I can't see, I'm not the kind of person that could do survey. I know a lot of guys do it. Look at this as we fly through these clouds here. I know a lot of guys do survey. I just can't do that. That's too boring for me. That's got to be a mundane, man. You get out there, turn the autopilot on, and you just fly tracks. Yeesh. On the tablet, you can see your weather. Yeah, you're right. I can, huh? If you have radar on, but I don't think I have it on. I don't remember how to do it now. I think it's on the default map. Bush pilot, heck yeah. That's what airliners do. I know. That's what airliners do. You don't want to do that your whole career. Go out, build some experience, do some fun stuff. Flying boxes? Yeah, flying freight, man. Looking back, flying freight was the best thing I ever did. I hated it. I hated every day that I did it. I love the airplane. I love flying if it was cool, but man. And, you know, I don't really think the freight flying today is as bad as it was back when I was doing it. And when I was doing it, it was way better than it was when older guys were doing it. So the quality of life now, I mean, there's a lot of rules in place now that most companies have to treat you like humans, which really weren't in play when I was flying freight. 747 freight? Oh, no, that would, I mean, knock yourselves out. That's not for me. I got a buddy that does that. I got a couple buddies that do that. I swear I can see this cloud building. I swear I could see vertical development building on that cloud. Maybe it's just a line, but here we go into the soup. Look at this. Let's see how this looks. Will Long, what's up, man? Good to see you, dude. AM flight freight dogs. Hashtag I survived Ameriflight. All right, let's go ahead and give ourselves a heading here. Heading select, United 357, fly heading 13, make it 120, downwind for 128 right. All right, 120 on the heading. Let's go ahead and shoot ourselves a line. We'll go direct to Bricks, 322, insert. That ain't right. Pull heading, negative, Ghost Rider. We need to do it off of Seepin. Direct to Seepin, 105, insert. Boom. Pull heading. That's right. Let's make a better downwind here. Let's make it 100 on the heading. 100 on the heading is set. Outside air temperature is 8 degrees. We'll get the engine anti-ice on. We'll select speed. Maintain. Let's keep coming down. Maintain 240 for now. We're already through the decel point. Let's do an open descent. Seep-in is at or above 3,000. Let's do open descent down to 3,000. Thrust idle open descent 3,000 is blue. Anti-ice is on. Flight recorder's coming up. Looking for the day you get direct from Ricky to Morty. Direct Rick to Morty. Yep, Rick and Morty. Oh yeah, there's your cloud turbulence, Turk. There's your cloud turb. We definitely have cloud turb. Now let's see, in a 319, yeah, that's a good representation. You could see the wing, you could see that, just like that. The best livery is always going to be a Northwest bowling shoe, the second best polished aluminum American. Definitely, you've got 3 of the best 5 up there, that's for sure. No, you probably can't see the wing in a 340, I would imagine. Especially the long one. 321, you can barely see that. You can see in the 321, you can see the sharklet. That's about it. See that wing bouncing out there? That's really cool. What temperature is anti-ice required to be on? Is there a minimum of temp? 10 degrees, plus or minus 10. We'll get you started. As you get up in altitude, things change a little bit. But all right, let's go ahead and turn left. see if we can't spin it all the way around here. United 357, turn left. Heading 010. Maintain 3000 until established. Cleared ILS, a 128 right approach. We're hard IMC here, so we'll just monitor our instruments. Actually, no, that was bad. We need to come all the way around. What's 3285? The 15 degrees would be 300. We could do 315, 315 for a 30 degree intercept. Make Lauren happy. 315, 3000 touch established, cleared ILS. Runway 28 right approach. Lokestar, Cat 3 dual, autopilot 1+2. Look at this. My goodness, this is low in here. This is real low. Get the recording on. Recording is up and running. Only 362 likes on the stream so far, guys. That is a rookie numbers. Let's bump those likes up. Let's see if we can't get it up around 400. 400 before landing would be pretty sweet. We're going to come straight back to 180 K knots. And we are right at VFE. So I'm going to run back here because I want to hear some flap sounds. We're right at VFE. This is the only way we're going to hear any flap sounds. 670 views should translate to 670 likes. I know. Unfortunately, that's not how it works out. One of these days, we'll have a stream where we have... Well, we've actually had that before. More likes than views. I do appreciate those days. All right, let's see. Go flaps 1. Favorite plane in 2024? Well, it's the Fenix right now because it's the only one in 2024, to my knowledge. So it's my favorite. That worked. Let's go back over here and do flaps duh. And then we're going to have to be up front for landing. DFE next minus 10, flaps 2. Oh boy, stutters are starting to happen. It's these, I think it's these flight beam airports, man. All right, we're 3,000, flaps 2, 180. We're looking good, chat. We're looking good. Engine anti-ice is on. Outside air temp is plus 11. We really don't need a clear left side stick. Clear left side stick. PMDG Classic 7.4 Battleship, yes. Charlie Romeo, that's going to happen. That's going to happen, Charlie Romeo. If any of you are on a flight and during approach, the captain comes back to lean over to the flaps come out and give him some room. Exactly. Absolutely right. Digital Merc, which one's at MSP? Is that flight beam as well? I think Clipper will have to be the first 7.4 stream, though. You're right, Glimbo. I think we have to do a Pan Am. That's got to be the first 7.4 Classic flight. It's got to be the first one we do. Cannot wait for that thing. Unfortunately, I mean, those images being renders, I gotta believe we are at least a year out from seeing a PMDG 7.4 Classic, maybe even longer. You know, might be looking at 2 years. So it's hard for me to get excited about it, but I know it's coming and I can't wait. Look at this. Oh my goodness. 2020 apologists. Eat your heart out at this cloud ray trace lighting here. My goodness me.
2,500.
Kitech, yeah. You know what, Team? Yes, yes. I think so, Team Vodka. I think we'll do what we did on the last time. Maybe do like LA Honolulu and then Honolulu Kitech. It's the same picture. Get out of here, man. Get out of here, dude. That is awesome. Tips for being stable at 1,000 feet. Nixana, be at 2,000 feet, 180 knots, flaps 2. And then you'll always be stable. Like right now, let's go gear down, manage speed. So right now I'm 2,000 feet above touchdown. I was flaps 2, 180. The gear is going to slow the airplane down. There's our VFE next minus 10, flaps 3. For some reason, this wing view is working now. And we're VFE next minus 10, flaps full, landing checklist. So good. Let's get our Throttletek cam up and running. Side stick brought to you by Moza. Shout out Moza for getting in the force feedback game here in Flight Sim. I can't wait to see what they bring to the table. Fix that camera a little bit. Let's hand fly this puppy in, shall we? On the speed brakes, autopilot's off. I have control. Runway, a landing. Cat 1. Brighten up my PFD a little bit there. I love the Phoenix. Gosh. Amir, can I send you a Christmas card? When everything just works the way it's supposed to work, minus the wing views. I don't know what's going on with that. But as far as systems-wise, we haven't had any issues with this bird. All right, we're inside of 1,000. We're stable. We're clear to land. Looks like Ground Speed Mini is doing some work. He said, sure, as long as it's got money in it. Oh, great, guys. We have calm winds. Brace for impact. Brace for impact in our calm winds. Vodka, if he's there, I'll definitely offer.
500.
I think he's a little too famous for us, but I would definitely offer, man. Plus, I don't know how big the whole Phoenix team is. We gotta be like 10 dudes. Big, I'll pay for Amir's prime rib. Alright, let's not mess this up. I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like Pappies seem to work a little bit better in 2024. I don't know if it's a placebo effect or not, but maybe it's just because we're flying into a flight beam here. We'll see. All right, don't smash it.
40, 30, 20, retard. 5.
Oh my goodness. Probably could have a little bit more flare, but that's a classic 319 chonker right there. The winds were calm. What do you expect from me? $70 knots. Haven't even touched the brakes yet. I love how this airplane just rolls on and you feel that inertia. See, then we get a little bit of stutter. I feel like my left brake, so watch this. If I apply the brakes at the same time, my left brake axis needs calibration. I've been feeling that. It's like my left brake axis is more powerful than my right brake. I'm going to have to take a look at those calibrations. No VRAM issue with locally installed airport on landing. It is the stream issue, says Mr. Saturday. Oh, very well. This is a flight beam, so this shouldn't be streamed, right? This is in my community folder. Now I do have frame gen off, but it's still pretty smooth. Petro Riffy, Retro Fly Diffie, thanks for the $5 super chat. Poppy V1. Hey, you're not my old roommate, are you? Your name's not Jose, is it? Are you Jose Flores? Missed that dude. I actually wonder what he's up to. We're going to take it straight to the gate. And we'll do replay mode because I want to see that, and we got to get ready for our twin prop stream coming up next. Wow, look at this lighting. I turned off frame gem Kalimbo because in Portland it was causing my sim to really stutter, or I was running out of VRAM. Uh-oh. It's something when you go to the outside view too, you know. Get that stutter. This is live weather, live time. The steering on the ground is awesome. It is way different. There is an I swear I feel inertia, more of it than we had in 2020. I'm telling you. I am telling you. We don't have self-park working here, do we? No, it's just the lights are there. But yeah, see, every time I press on both brake pedals, it goes to the left. So that to me means my left brake needs to be calibrated. Oh, I can't cheat park here. And it all stemmed from when I was trying to adjust my pedal position. Erp! Ooh, that was a good erp. Brakes are set. But yeah, the new steering is fantastic, man. It is so good. So good. After feeling 2020 is dead to me. Jimmy, I never thought I would be the guy saying that I agree with you, man. I'm telling you. I couldn't be more happy to be wrong about how 2024 feels. All the flight sim we're playing supposedly work well. Hey, we heard that. We heard that. We heard that the Lear is updated, so we might do that later. All right, let's take a look at the replay. I'm not going to reset anything here. I'm just going to go straight to the old school replay mode that I'm used to doing. We'll fire it up. We'll run it forward. Make sure the gear is down. We'll hit resume. I'm going to let everything load in. Let's get the flaps out. Arm the speed brakes. Turn the parking brake off. We're going to watch. We're doing the old school. I like using the FCR replay for our GA stuff. But for airliner stuff, I still use Flight Recorder. It just seems easier to me. Got to put VDGS in your garage. Oh, Ramon, that would be cool. No, I need that in the boat garage. So I'm bougie where I put my boat in the garage and I leave my truck outside. But it would be cool to have a docking system or guidance system for the boat. That would be cool when I'm backing it in, especially at night. It's kind of tricky. Can you show you talk to the ground crew from the radio panel? Yeah. So from the radio panel, if you want to talk to the mechanic, you would have to go to intercom. See, it says mech or mechanic. So once I'm on intercom to hear him. So now I can hear him. I've got the green light, and now you have to either transmit with intercom up, or you can push it down into the rad, or you can use the push to talk trigger. But this is ground crew right here, the mech. Mech for mechanic. See, now my views are gone. So we had a wing view for a while. Now we got the semi view here. Let's watch this. This is our only wing view, I guess. Let's enjoy the sounds. Let's get an immersion landing here. GSX dead to me. Does it even work in 2024 yet? I heard people had crashes with it in 2024, so I haven't even attempted to use it. Don't tell Key 6. He's going to make me install it again. Yeah, the wing flex looks good. And it was pretty... I think in the replay mode it gets a little joggled up, but look at that. Look at the little aileron, like, so the spoiler deflection there. That's awesome. Now, in replay, I don't know how realistic the wing flex is in replay mode because it can be kind of funky. But look at this. Look at the hills out here in the sun. GSX has been updated 6 times in the last 24 hours. Has it really, Force Raptor?
100.
Does the mechanic frequency auto-tune? There's no frequency, Aaron. It's a hot mic. You're hot. You're hot to the ground. So whatever you say when you press the button down, he's going to hear. Or she. Oh, my goodness me. Yeah, so there's no frequency for the mechanic push button. Let's see how this looked here. How's the Fenix in 24? I'm loving it. The only issue I ran into, is Hussein, is the only issue is my wing views in the 319 are MIA. But the 321 was flawless. Other than that, 319 was flawless. Obviously, replay here is, we've got some bugs in replay with the wing flex, but let's hold it up. Oh, that's a chonky. I mean, that's probably a solid 250 at least. But that's just a chonky 319. You see how that airplane just sat down? Hold on. I'm going to mute it so we don't hear it. I'm going to wind back a little bit. I'm going to go into... Oh, I have to go straight 2020 bind, so let me do something real quick here. I'm going to go straight back to the 2020 preset. 2020 transversal. Okay, so now I should be able to set my old views like this. We'll spin her around like so. And we will disconnect you. Oh, why does that happen? Why? And I don't like that, how it always it zooms you right back to the cockpit view when you open that window. All right. So let's resume. Just look how this airplane, I told you I could have flared a little bit more. This is exactly how a classic 319 lands. It just, you bring it down on speed, a little bit of back pressure, and she just sits. There's hardly any float in a 319. That was a perfect representation of what a 319 does. Definitely a chonker. It wouldn't have been one of those greasers where you feel it just roll on. I didn't have enough flare for that. But this is a good testament to the flight model, showing you that, what the heck's happening? Showing you that my frames are struggling here in replay mode. You see that? Yeah, I think I'm running out of VRAM at this airport too. Well, now it's working fine. Something with external views. It's got to be something with external views too. Look at that shot. Love it. All right. All right. That's it. Oh, we are over 470 likes too. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. I'm going to go back to here. We're going to wind it all the way back. I'll let you enjoy a cinematic approach coming through the clouds. Let's put the parking brake off. Let's put the engines out of there. Auto thrust was on, wasn't it? Yeah, auto thrust was on. Flaps too. All right. Y'all enjoy this replay. Thank you all for hanging out with me this afternoon. Don't look at that. That's obviously a glitch. But this has been a lot of fun. Oh, Miss V1. I'm running out of VRAM too. Uh-oh. How are the kids? I think the kids post Fort Worth have been a little moody today. Okay, well, if Mrs. V1 is out of VRAM, that means we need to stay here and do a twin piston flight, right? All right. We got one more stream, Miss V1, and then we'll be headed home. So, thank you all. She's tired. We might have to can the end of the stream. We might have to go rescue Miss V1. We'll see. Maybe a short flight. But thank you all again for the subscribers, the gifted memberships, the hitting the like button. Y'all just being here hanging out with me. This was a fun flight just to get our handle on the 319 again, see how she flies in 2024. And it's been absolutely fantastic so far. So enjoy the replay, enjoy the gear coming down, enjoy 2024 juice, and I will catch you all on the next one. I'm V1. Stay safe, stay healthy. See you!